Welcome to the KPC Smart Money Podcast. Today we are going to talk about financial planning for new parents. And for any of you who have been brand new parents or are planning on it, you know there's a lot of considerations, particularly in the financial realm. So we wanted to cover several of these topics, items, to-dos, so that you are financially prepared for this new little wonder that will explode into your world.
Boy, howdy.
You know, becoming a new parent is a life-changing event for sure, but you're going to have all the bliss and excitement of becoming a new parent, but it's going to propel you into a new level of responsibility for financial planning. And you may not even really know how to prepare financially for that baby that's on the way. And there are some challenges, savings for college, creating a will. Well, that can be really overwhelming for first-time parents because, you're just trying to learn how to become a parent, take care of the baby's needs and families and all that stuff. And, well, you got to worry about the financial part, too.
I remember, it's just this, we're talking about financial planning, right? But, you think about the planning. I remember the first time brought Brian home from the hospital. And it's like we went through 15 diapers that day, and I did the math on that. Now, that was 31 years ago, but I did the math on that, and I said, if this keeps up, it's going to be like $6,000 a year in diapers. But little did I know.
Yeah,
that
it slows up a little.
And but you're planning like how you're going to change the diaper. Where are you going to change the diaper? And I remember, I had a 2-story house, and I was running up and down the stairs, and it was like, there's a lot to plan besides the finances. Once you get it down to a routine, then you better pay attention to the money, right?
Well, yeah, or if you can do both, do it. And the first thing you got to plan for is the maternity leave. If you are a mom and you're the one working, guess what? You're going to take a minimum of 6 weeks off. And if you have a regular birth and you're going to take 8 weeks off, that's what they give you for C-section. But oftentimes there's going to be more time off. You're lucky if your employer will offer you some paid leave, but you're still going to have to plan on probably a few weeks without income. So you're going to need to have a savings plan and understand, how do I cover the reduction in my income during maternity leave? And one of the biggest decisions is, how long are you going to be out of work? Now, you really probably ought to consider also whether you've got short-term disability available to you. And, if you've been working for more than 6 months there and your company does not offer you some level of short-term disability, well, there are federal plans and state plans that offer the short-term disability. So if that's a way to help meet your income needs on maternity leave, first figure out what all your company is going to offer you, figure out how much time you need off, and then figure out if you can supplement it with some short-term disability and some savings.
So you're telling me that the federal government or the state government will supplement your income, while you're your first 6 weeks of having a baby? Did you just say that?
It's not the first 6 weeks, but there are short-term disability plans available. You're having money taken out of your paycheck for that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I misunderstood. I thought you were saying that there's federal and state programs that will help you with income.
No, it's being taken out of your paycheck.
Okay.
You're getting disability is taken out of your paycheck every week, so you might as well get something for it.
There you go. So what else do you need to do? You need to fine-tune your budget. As a new parent, you may be wondering how to budget for a baby. One way to do this is to determine your baby's expenses for the first year. And don't necessarily take that 15 diapers times 365, right, like I was thinking.
Right.
Because your baby's not going to go through 15 diapers every single day for the whole first year. After that, you need to look into health care, child care. Child care
is outrageous.
Child care. I was just listening to our youngest daughter, and she was saying it was like $2,500 a month
For two, yeah.
for two kids.
Mm-hmm.
My goodness, that's
More than their
$30,000
mortgage.
a year.
Uh-huh. Yep.
That's crazy. But anyway, you'll need to factor in these things and necessary furniture or equipment costs. Once you've determined your budget for babies, you can begin to create a budget. Start by evaluating your income and your expenses. Then identify how much you can reasonably set aside each month for your baby's needs. Finally, create a spending plan that allocates your money to meet your baby's needs while staying within your budget.
Right. And another thing you want to think about is, you even if you're not per se the breadwinner, but both mom and dad, you need life insurance. And if your company doesn't provide it, you need disability insurance, because if anything happens to either one of you, that will have a significant impact on your family's ability to financially survive. So if you have life insurance at work, a lot of times think about doubling it, or tripling it. You can pay more than what the company generally offers for free. And think about, get enough insurance to pay your mortgage off if you've got one, so that if something were to happen to you, the other spouse will at least not have a mortgage to have to deal with,
Yeah, if you're relatively healthy, though, Karen, they should check with, not just the company, but what's available in the open market. So term insurance for young mothers and fathers is pretty cheap.
Well, and so here's the reason why you might want to do that too, because if you change jobs, you're going to lose that term insurance. If you lose your job, God forbid, for any reason, you're going to lose that life insurance that was provided by the company. But it's very inexpensive to go get your own plan, and go get your own plan. As long as you're paying the premiums, nobody can take that away from you. Hey, and as Kevin said, the younger you do that, the more affordable it is.
Yeah. So you also need to start thinking about increasing your emergency fund. No one likes to think about emergencies, but the truth is they happen. And when they happen, they often occur when you least expect it. They say there's it was a huge number, like 40% of people are one paycheck away from being homeless.
Mm-hmm. That's a scary number.
Yeah, having a financial cushion can help. That percentage is probably high, but it was a shocking percentage. Having a financial cushion can help you cover unexpected costs. The first step is ensuring you have an emergency fund in place. Next, aim to save up to 3 months of living expenses so that you're covered if you lose your job or face a significant unexpected expense. Any a financial planning class that you take will tell you 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
Right. So if you don't have an emergency fund, start by setting aside $50 from each paycheck into a savings account. There's an old adage, Karen, you've heard it before: pay yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
When you get your paycheck, pay yourself first. Then once you have $1,000 saved, you can start using that money to cover unexpected costs as they come up. And if you ever find yourself needing more than $1,000, you can always dip into your primary savings account to cover the rest. By setting aside money each month, you can put yourself in a better position to handle whatever life throws your way.
Yeah, and so what we're really talking about is two types of savings account. You have a savings account, and then you have the emergency fund savings account. So you really should have both. And when you're young and you're starting out and you're having kids, one of the first things that it seems people think is wise, well, I just won't put into retirement for now. How can I put aside a budget for a baby and have an emergency fund and have a savings fund and have retirement? Don't do it. Even if it's a small amount, you want to be putting money into that retirement savings. And if you happen to work for a company where they have matching, oh, for Pete's sakes, take care, do that. Even if it's only a matching of 3% or 4%, because that is free money. So don't skimp on your retirement. You really want to use that at the same time, or you want to fund that at the same time that you are funding, baby budgets and emergency savings and other savings. So really, kind of you add all those up, bottom line, you should be shooting for, 10 to 15% of your income has got to get tucked away for retirement, emergency funds, and savings.
That's right. So always take advantage of the matching funds. Like Karen says, if the matching funds are 3%, do at least 3%. If the matching funds are 5%, do at least 5%. Take the free money.
Yep.
All right. So Karen, we're going to have to do this in
two parts.
In 2 parts,
we have
right?
So much more to talk about.
That's right. So there's a few things we need to talk about when it comes to financial planning for new parents. We have some more tips next week. So you're listening to Kevin and Karen of the Smart Money Podcast, and we'll be back next week.
You've been listening to the KPC Smart Money Podcast with Kevin and Karen Christ. To listen to more episodes, visit kpcsmartmoney.com. You can also find the KPC Smart Money Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, and Stitcher.
KPC Financial Solutions is an independent financial services firm that utilizes a variety of investment and insurance products. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through KPC Financial Solutions, LLC, a registered investment company. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Any reference to protection, safety, or lifetime income generally refer to fixed insurance products, never securities or investments. Insurance guarantees are backed by the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing carrier. This podcast is intended for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be used as the sole basis for financial decisions, nor should be construed as advice designed to meet the particular needs of an individual's situation. KPC Financial Solutions is not permitted to offer, and no statement made during the show shall constitute tax or legal advice. Our firm is not affiliated with or endorsed by the U.S. government or any governmental agency. The information and opinions contained herein provided by third parties have been obtained from sources believed to be reliable, but accuracy and completeness cannot be guaranteed by KPC Financial Solutions. Hypothetical examples have been provided for illustrative purposes only. It does not represent a real-life scenario and should not be construed as advice designed to meet the particular needs of an individual's situation.